boy who can understand and empathize with that, who can hold me when I need to cry, who I can tell my deepest, darkest secrets if I've been touched on, been, treated wrong, if I've been whatever, you know what I mean? Someone who I can open up to without judgment, someone who still thinks I'm the sexiest motherfucker in any room, no matter who's around, you know what I mean? Like, I want that loyalty to know that if I can go out this house, the same person who I fell in love with is gonna be the same person I come back to. And if they not, they'll talk to me about why. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like that's what men want.
You better say that, boy. Okay, I know that's right.
So
He covered it, man.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it, but yeah, there's not much I can add on to that. But all I gotta say is like he was saying, like someone that can hold you down just mentally and like be here for you, like when you really need it. Like you said, we go through a lot, like on the daily. Like it's a war zone out here, Like any day, like we losing another brother, So it's like you need someone down for you like that. If you're not gonna be with down 100% emotionally, then it's not even worth it. Like there's some people that go in relationships with half-heartedly doing it, and we all know those type of people where it's just going through the motions, where it's not not there for you all the time, not there when you really need to, but.
I feel like we all got a pretty general, kind of view it the same way for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like how we view it, I don't know if everybody is good at actually executing the shit. You feel me? Because I know like when you come relationship type shit, like you know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you don't always do right.
right.
You feel me? Like you can know all of this shit we talking about. That doesn't necessarily mean you apply it. You know what I'm saying? But in order to apply stuff, you gotta know it first. So I guess it's the first step.
And I think that's a huge step in accountability, though, and knowing that not everything you do is right. And also for another person's relationship, understand your person that mostly everything they do is not wrong.
Right.
Don't treat the 20% like it's 80 when literally 80% is what they're doing.
Right.
And too many people focus on what they don't have instead of appreciate what the fuck they do have.
Yeah, exactly. With that being said, with the whole accountability thing, I just want to pose a little question here. Is it wrong for a man to not want his girl to go out?
Depends on when and why.
Because, like, to be honest, I don't.
Are you asking the men or the women that?
I'm asking everybody.
We asking the women first.
Let's ask the women first. You know, sound like you know their opinion. That's the wrong.
You gotta give a little bit more
context.
I want the women's opinion, but
So ask Shanece first.
yeah, is
there
there anything wrong with that? Alright. Well, I don't feel like I need to give
Yeah,
context.
just ask the question again. Just clear up the question.
Is there anything wrong with a man not wanting his woman to go out? When I say go out, you know what I mean, like just go out like to the clubs
and bars.
Period. And bars with their girls and whatnot. Like, okay, it's cool to do that. I feel like every once in a while, but if you're constantly doing that, I feel like you're cheating. I don't know, like you're not going out. Like most girls that are going out are trying to get dick, whether they're telling you about it or not. Like whether they're being honest. They're more likely trying to get dick than trying to get drunk and fall into some dick. That's usually what happens and what goes on. Like, so with that being said, it's like you got me at home, you can go out with me, like we can go out.
Okay,
I'm interested in hearing the women's.
answer that because what you said. Now I was in a relationship where I went out all the time, I stayed taking trips, and I wasn't looking for no dick. It was something like I wasn't happy at home. My man wasn't being that man I needed to be at home. And instead of me getting into it with him and having issues in our household, I would go out. Not that I didn't cause issues in our household because if I was not at home, but me being the person, I don't like to argue about a confrontational person. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go with the girls. I'm gonna do them, have some fun, get drunk, be with like me and my guy.
What's y'all reason for going to the
But
club?
did you get dick though when you was younger on any of those trips? Any of those night, and it's an old relationship, so it shouldn't matter. But did you ever get dick any of those night outs or on any of those trips, even once?
No, I promise you I didn't. No, it wasn't that. It was me having fun. So I'm the first. So for me, at the time, I was going more in the household than he was. Like I was taking care of all the bills. I had both kids. Like I did everything. So when I went on a trip, it was me being. Get back to me. I lost myself in the relationship. Now when I say that, let me put that down. There's nothing wrong with you losing yourself in a relationship as long as you guys are looking together and doing together. I was losing myself, and I was only losing by myself when I was with him. So when I was on these trips, it was just to get away from him, the house, the kids, and just me live my life again. Just be being back to the old Shanece. Because when I'm at home, I'm not Shanece no more. I'm somebody else because I'm putting on another coat that I have to carry with me to be a mom or another woman or a hard-working woman, all types of things. So me going out on these trips, I wasn't having sex. It was just me getting back to my old self. So like I said, now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not even about older because I'm out of a different relationship, and the guy that I'm dealing with now, you know, I put myself at standards, and the guy that I'm dealing with, he's more understanding as well. So now I don't want to go out as much because I'm not running from at home. See, a lot of women sometimes go out to run from home, and there's choices at home. Now I'm
Sometimes like, oh, this is another dick.
run from where I'm coming from. I go out sometimes with my girls at the same time. I'm looking for my man. So me and my man, we go out together. We do date nights. We go hang out and stuff like that. So it's not always because they want to go out and have business. Because they probably want to run away from home. They want to get away. You know?
But so Kari, when you go out, why do you go out? What's your reason for it? Why do you go out to the clubs and bars?
You gotta answer the question first.
Oh well, damn. Did she answer the question?
Probably same thing, almost escape, or, you know, I like to dance and I like music.
I do like to dance.
If that's what I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do. And usually I don't even like to associate with the men at the clubs. I just like to be there with my friends. So, and I'm really not, I don't really go out like that anywhere. But
Even though when y'all go out, y'all basically putting everything on display.
I was gonna do the same thing as both of them, but I don't know them like that.
You heard me? Like when y'all go out, y'all putting everything on display.
Oh, is that what y'all think?
So hold on. So this is my thing. Let me. So okay. So
What was the question again? So when we go out, do what?
it was like, is it okay if a man gets upset if his woman goes out? So
I mean, you asked me if that's okay. I mean,
Gotcha, bitch.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's your feeling. So that's fine. That's how you feel. And I guess that's up to y'all. Y'all relationship. If she's gonna respect your feelings on that or not.
All right.
And I mean, in like all reality, to be more open-minded might be a good thing because if your woman likes to go out, and she may not be going out for that reason that you believe she's going out for.
Alright.
I think there's a lot of cap going on right now, Jay. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I just go out to get loose, and I know chicks who went out to get loose, and I got loose in them, and they had a whole man at the crib, where you know what I mean. I had a, you know what I mean. So it's like, yo, and I'm not even the finest dude. I'm not even the most intelligent dude, the most attractive. I'd be like stuttering everything. I got a tongue problem. My tongue thick as shit. But it's like I don't even have the best words all the time. But I know I've had some beautiful women who are still dedicated now to different dudes. They wasn't with them then, but I know they're like some dope women and dope wives. But I know at one point in time, you had a side piece and you would hit my phone, and I'm like, hey, okay, cool, you about to leave the club, man.
I've had married women.
So that's where that insecurity comes from, though. If I'm being honest as a man, that's what, and knowing that we had chicks who had men who used to go out and we popped off, that we put that down on our women because we like, dang, you going out, but I'm here, but damn, I remember this how you smash off with that, so I used to smash off Kiki, I used to smash off whoever, when she had her own man at the crib. So we push our own insecurities off on women.
I feel like I had to go out. Like if I'm going out, say go out with your guys. Get me nice. I'll stay home. I'm like, hey, you work hard. Go ahead, go out with your guys. Like it has to literally be like a common communication with you and your
Right.
Right, so the thing is, as men, hold on, one mic. The thing is, as men, right, the thing is, we had a whole episode with me, Ben, and Hans, right, telling little sexual stories and shit, right, and all of them included messing with females that had men, right? So the thing is, the way men look at it in general is like, we know how the men gonna be at the club. And then the way we view women is like, y'all like the compliments and niggas gonna be trying to sell, you know what I'm saying?
May not be every time, but
So it's
there's
like,
once in
even
a
if you
while.
got
Some liquor and you been feeling yourself.
And you should do it to break you off too.
Exactly.
And you looking good. You're like, oh shit. You know,
So that's the thing.
I've been that dude who's looking good, so I know what it is.
you looking good. You like, oh.
So that's the thing that men worry
I got a
about.
hotel
And with
room
that-
for tonight down the street.
That's the thing that men worry about. And with that being said, is it more understandable if they want to keep you away from clubs and bars?
No, you got a whole family at home.
I'm not saying don't ever go out with your friends. You can go out with your friends, right? You can go out with your friends, but exactly what
I'm saying if he don't want you to go out to clubs and bars, period. If he like, man, you kind of go with your girls,
man.
y'all go, y'all can party at the crib, get little bottles, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I mean?
I like my girl a little tipsy when she come home. She can't come home past 2 though. She gotta come home like about 1:30. She come home past 2. It's a problem. That gives you enough time to leave. But you come home about 1:15.
There's something going on.
You right before
Why you gotta
that
stay in the bar closed? Ain't no reason to stay in the bar closed unless
or if you not calling you to come pick you up. Oh, it's a real problem.
If you stay until 2, you definitely
come pick you up. I want to suck your hey, okay, I'm on my way. Like, you know what I mean?
It's different.
It's
It's
just,
completely,
To understand that, need to go out and let loose. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, as a man, we go out sometimes just to let loose. Have a few drinks, get tipsy, maybe dance, look at a few booties and go home. And then take that same energy and put it all into our girl. But then we get home to our girl, we try to do the same thing she used to do before the kids. She's like, don't touch me now, all this other shit.
But also as a man, I will also admit as a man, like another thing too.
If she get mad, I go to the bathroom.
If a badass female come up to you in the club with the dancing and shit, there's a very good chance you're gonna dance back. You feel me? Right? So you look at your girl like, man, you gonna do this, you look at her like she's gonna, so it's just all the trust shit. Like,
We be insecure.
yeah.
Man, like, even if you don't end up fucking, it's just like, I know some girls, like, will come up and, like, just completely flirt with me and shit and dance on me and all that and then just be like, yeah, I got a man and all that. That's kind of cheating, like, in my book. I would not want my girl on doing all that, like,
She wants some drinks for her and the girl, but
nah, no man buy me a
Yo,
drink.
what I realize is women in relationships are the best wing women most of the time. If they have a good dude at home, because they'll go, they'll flirt, they'll play their part, but you know at the end of the day, all that energy she probably built up is gonna go to her man. However, if she's a tramp, she gonna take that energy and use that energy into the dude, as the side dude. Especially because he's a little cute. So you gotta, as a man, I feel ultimately it comes down to how you take care of the crib. Like, and I know it sucks, but we have done some messed up things between 15 and our current age. So it's like, it's kind of karma when you feel like, dang, women fall in love, but now you know what love feel like. Like, man, I don't want nobody to hurt my heart for him, he fucked up. But you realize, like, dang, but you know, I broke some hearts, so, and I know that I probably contribute to breaking other men's hearts, so dang, it's like, now this karma is in you, that's why you gotta get right with yourself. Thank God. Cause like women go be women, bro. Like, I had this conversation recently, like, and you're like, there's always gonna be somebody with a bigger penis than you, bigger wallet than you, who may be taller than you, with a better house, better car, whatever. You just gotta be confident that you taking care of that part that they can't have access to with your lady, which is her spirit. Like, anybody can see your girl, but who knows her day to day? Who knows if she like coffee? Who knows how she likes to be held? Who knows she like roses instead of lilies? Like, you gotta be able to know your girl like that. And if you're not taking care of that, then it's a problem. But if you taking care of that and she's still on bullshit, man, you deserve somebody who love appreciate that.
So as a women on the podcast, I want to ask y'all, like, what's the common issues y'all had in past relationships? If we start with who ain't saying nothing in a while.
The issue with my past relationship was, like he said, like, my guy got too comfortable and just stopped doing, like, possibility. You know, when he gets ready, like, you know, like, I'm beautiful. Like, he decided to get, oh, well, she's at home, she's gonna always be there. So he just started slacking on how, so just how he got me. And that's the thing with just men and women. We get that person we want and forget how we have to keep. It's not about getting them how you keep them. And that's where he has that. Like, he got so comfortable to a point where I had kids and he has other kids. He'd go get the other kids on the weekend, drop them off to my house, and I got all the kids and he'll go out.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you know, you said he just, at one point, I cut all my friends off just for him. You see what I'm saying? And so sometimes people, you know, see that and blow on that, you know, because they measure that. So my message, it was just like, do on something that you do to me. Like, you know, I don't go out like that as much. So you shouldn't either. You know, and I'm the type of woman, like, I don't care when men go out and he come home a little late because at the end of the day, I feel like you are a wrong person. You know what you want to do. So me wasting my time telling you how I feel and all that other shit.
That's
If
right.
you're going to do it anyway, I would have been sitting there and do you. So therefore, when it's time to move around, you can't be mad and be like, well, she didn't put up a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't nag enough. She let me do what I want to do. And I'm coming on my own. That's how I live my life. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to a person, how you want to always be going to face. They're going to do it at the end of the day. But don't fuck me up. Because now when I'm up and I'm leaving, I'm gone. You got to know that person shit. She was good to me. You know what I'm saying? She didn't nag. She didn't ask for much. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like, people that don't ask for much, we get some sort of like, because we don't ask for much. It's like we don't have that backbone. So, like, it wasn't just his fault. It was my fault, too, because...
You feel like that's a common issue? Like as far as like multiple relationships, that's a common issue though?
You feel like that's a common issue in our relationship?
Yeah, not just the past, but the one guy I'm saying in general.
For me, yeah, I feel like that. I don't speak up enough in relationships. That's my problem.
I don't think it's necessarily you don't have a backbone. I just think like a lot of people, we just don't have those communication skills. It wasn't taught that we need to communicate and talk to each other about what we don't like. We automatically assume that we can read each other's mind and we can read each other's energy, but at the end of the day, we are human beings, and even in our DNA and our genetic makeup, it changes every 7 years. So when you go through different experiences, heartbreak, work experiences, relationship, friendship, you're kind of building yourself in a different way, and you build a chink of armor each time. And unfortunately, those closest to you are the ones who directly, unfortunately, get the ramifications of it. You know what I mean? So I want to say that you don't have a backbone. I just feel like it's just we haven't been taught the proper way to communicate with each other, and that's in all cultures and all backgrounds. Especially today, we have so many things that's thrown at us to divide us, like these topics we talk about now, like who has it worse, who has it better, who has privilege, and all this other shit. At the end of the day, we should talk about how we feel and respect everyone that we want to be respected. But we get too stubborn and caught up, and we treat our emotions like they're facts, and then forget that that's not true.
So Tameka, what's some of the common issues you had in past relationships?
For me, I'll say I've had like over my life 3 relationships, what I consider relationships, and for me, is jumping into things fast, like just moving fast. Because what happened was, and the best example is my last relationship, my kid's father, is it happened quick. I met him, I knew a little bit about him. He was upfront about some stuff. Next thing I know, I was pregnant probably within 2 months of us dating. And then it has been turned oil and whatever in hell ever since my son is 8, and then we had another kid. My daughter is right behind him, is 7. So like that, the relationship prior to that, my high school relationship, and I say 3 relationships because I consider the relationship I am now as the 3rd relationship. So prior to that, back when I was younger, it was in high school. I'm a high school sweetheart. We were young, that attributed to it. We don't know no better. But 2, I pursued him. Like, I kind of made this man get in a relationship with me. Like, I fucked with him. Like, I wanted him. He wasn't the best looking dude. Like, he was just cool. Like, I fucked with him. He was real kind of more chill and to himself. Like, everybody fucked with him, but he was always to himself. Like, I just fucked with him. I used to fuck with him all the time. And I was a little younger than him. I pursued the hell out of him, and we kind of jumped into that. And then he had a lot of stuff going on that I couldn't understand. He lost his mom while we were together at like age of 17. It was just like kind of jumped, and I didn't know what to do. I thought I was being supportive. I was there for him. Went to the funeral. My mom kind of took him in. He actually is still part of the family. Go Isaiah. Like, he's still part of, like, my family fucked with him, but we still kind of jumped into it too fast because, to be honest, like, he was real cool enough. We were young, like, you know, that was teenage love, but the most, if anything, I would say, like, just jumping into things too fast, because lesson learned with my kids' father. I adore my kids, I appreciate my kids, but I'm not gonna lie, I was in Iowa, very vulnerable, didn't know nobody. He kind of, like, you know, I think he did catch me in a vulnerable moment, but low-key I did fuck with him, and that was still my choice. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That was my choice.
So Kari, well, how about you?
What was the question again?
What's some common issues you had in past relationships?
I would say the common issue would be communication. You know, there was a lot of infidelity, and also abuse. So all that,
Okay.
like all like kind of.
So is there anything else on the list, like, or anyone will touch on this subject first before we go anything else?
What kind of abuse? Was it like physical, mental, just all kind of abuses?
Abuse, yes, it was like.
You don't have to get too much into it. It's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was all forms. I mean, I don't really care to like do too much, but yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Definitely, I have a lot of like mental and emotional abuse. Physical was definitely a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I'm interested to know what your boy say, right? I kind of fuck with you. You might be welcome back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? You might be welcome back.
Thank you.
She said,
Mike.
No, I was just like, shut up, man.
Well, talk about what? Do you want to talk about our relationship ended, or like we going to another question?
oh, go ahead.
No, it's like pretty much all of those. You know, abuse. You know, not being mature enough, not being ready, taking people for granted. You know what I mean? All those things. You know what I mean? Like, I've cheated, been cheated on. But I felt like I've been a person my whole life who accepted people because I know people are imperfect in general. But my thing is, if you can just talk to me and let me know so I can have a chance to make things right, then that's different than you just doing stuff and making decisions and I had no idea I was messing up in the first place. You know what I mean? So and I think we get caught up in that and people are like, well, you should know this, and like, yo, I can't read your mind.
Right.
But then, you know, it's like back and forth. It's the double standard. Like we have to defeat those double standards for one. Like that's a big thing.
Right.
We can't be like, well, this is my male bestie and like we've been cool. You have to trust me, but I don't like your female homegirl. I think she wants you. Like yo, like nah, that can't happen. Like you can't want me to like open your doors and want me to like pay for your dates and all that. And you don't even want to cook me a meal or like you don't want to like do some little stuff for me. You know what I mean? Like. It's unfortunate, like, it sucks that if you say you want me, like, to give up hanging out with my friends and I can't hang out with my boys, but when you go out with your girls tonight, it's cool. But when I like, I'm about to hang out with my boys, watch the game, like, oh, what about me? Oh, you give me something like that. Like, nah, we gotta quit all that. Like, we gotta get to, like, talking about accept you for who you are, accept me for who I am, and therefore we can help each other grow to be the best version of ourselves, not the best version we think each other should be. And I think that's what a lot of people have, like, issues.
I got an episode on that shit too. Yeah, I got an
Uh,
episode on that shit too. But before we end it though, because I feel like it's been an hour, you know what I'm saying? We got like shit, half the topics done. A big thing I want to do is really have people actually come in and sit with us, you know what I'm saying? It's a little more it's a little more personal, you know what I'm saying? But before we end it, anybody have any closing statements or anything they want to throw out there?
All right, let me say this, ladies. All right, I know it could drag on, but this is my question. This one kind of been struggling with and trying to figure out how can we get past this kind of mentality. It's kind of we touched on earlier. We're the first generation. I would say the '80s babies and late '70s, '80s babies. We're the first generation of men who literally stay at home and support our women working and support our women's dreams and everything else and support them becoming today's woman they want to be, right? In the same breath, we're also the generation that has the least job opportunities, that's arrested the most, that's are in prison at a higher rate. Even they show that most of the shit, like the same thing we get in jail for that takes in our future, they have their grandkids and their nephews and nieces making millions of dollars selling legally. So my thing is to say all that is, why is it that if a man can't give you a cake, okay, put it like this. Why is it so difficult sometimes for women to take accountability to the things they do to cause destruction in a relationship?
Well, for me, to be honest,
Just like one answer, I don't want how to go to deal. I just want like your reflection. You know?
for me, to be honest, and like I said, I'm learning mostly in this relationship and me and him been together for almost 4 years.
Wow. That's what's up.
So, for me, and I have to be honest, ladies, like, part of me didn't see it, and part of me didn't want to see it.
Damn, that's deep.
And I'm learning that more.
Whoa.
Am I learning more and more as it goes on? And is it hard for me to accept? Yes, the fuck it is. Do I go back and forth with it? Yes, the fuck I do. But
You got me emotional saying that shit, bro. That's real.
like, I just have to be honest. Like, and that's something that I'm learning. Like, it's a process, and it sucks sometimes to admit that shit. Like, that shit'll put you down and out, cause you'll be really looking back. Like, damn, like fuck, bitch. Hey, man. Like, you really have to look into yourself. Like, you have to look into that shit. Like, I know I saved the last relationship, not putting all the blame on him, because at the end of the day, like I said, I chose to dive in because he was honest about some shit that really was in the door. I should have filmed, you know what I'm saying? But me, I see something else. That was my choice. Wanted to find the good and maybe possibly change. Wanted to change and see what I could do. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to change a motherfucker. So that is my choice. And like I said, that relationship was a horrible relationship. Not just all on him. He did some fucked up shit. But it's like, I allowed some things and I just ignored a lot of shit. And I had to realize I had to realize that shit. It even took for me being in this relationship to kind of realize that shit. So I don't.
And the most important thing in relationship for real to make shit work, like in my opinion, is accountability. Like that's like the end of everything in life though, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're accountable for shit and you understand like what you did wrong, what you was wrong at, then it's just that more likely for you to change. If you see the wrong in something, you feel me? It's more likely you can actually make changes and shit. So when a person's accountable, like how you just said, you know what I'm saying? Like regardless of what their past is, or even some of the things they do, you know, in the relationship they're in now. Like, if they're accountable, like, that should mean a lot to a person.
And I hate to say it, but I don't know, a lot of times women, it's hard for y'all to be accountable, hold yourself accountable.
It's just like you. Shots fired! Shots fired! And I feel like I was brought up, like, it's kind of hard for me to see the wrong, but, like, that's why I said I have to be honest. It's me not seeing it, just honestly not seeing it. And it's me not wanting to see. Like it's a process. Like I'm learning myself. I want to be better. I want to be a better person for myself. Most importantly, I have 2 kids, and they getting up there in age. I have a daughter. I have a son. I have a black man, and I have a black female. Like I have to maneuver through both aspects of life. So I have to do better. So I have to hold myself accountable. It'd be even hard with him, like, well, getting back and forth, and it might take me a minute to comprehend and process what he's saying, but then I have to go back like, damn, he right, he's not lying. Like, even though in that moment, I'm gonna fight to get my point across, but then I do take the time to reflect. It might be a process, and I might not show it. I like to show it for him because I know he sees better than me. He want me to do better, which vice versa with him. So like I have to be honest. It's me not wanting to see it and me not seeing it at all. Just being kind of oblivious to it.
Hey, look.
They didn't answer.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. No, that was great. I appreciate that. That's honest. What about you? Why you think it's hard for like women to admit their part in the destruction of a relationship?
Me?
Yeah.
She admit her shit too though, so she go.
I know she was waiting to answer you too. She said, "Me, I'm ready. Me, popcorn."
I'm all about accountability. Like that's my thing. Like that's like, fuck it, I don't care. You know, it might take me a little minute at first because kind of honestly, when you think about it, Tameka kind of hit that shit right on the nose. Like you just you don't want to admit that shit, or maybe you don't even see it, or maybe they don't see it at first. You know, maybe you know, or you don't realize it until someone says
It's the right man to bring it out of you.
Special type of person kind of brings you out of it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so a lot of people, I feel like it's hard to admit certain things, and I feel hard for people to take criticism, whether it's going to be beneficial to them or not. And I feel like that's what's real. Although I feel like for the most part, I don't struggle with taking. I don't.
Alright, so Shanece, how about you?
I work with I think her name's Tameka. She really hit on her head. Like I'm learning myself. Like to play the fuck up. Like and it's okay to admit that. You know, I think women it's so hard for us to women mention it because just like women it's like put on the pedestal. Like we're always supposed to be right for everything because we're moms, we're hard workers, we're nurturers. So it's like it's hard for us to be accountable for things when we're fucked up because it's like damn, we're supposed to be this perfect. Like we're always supposed to be perfect. We're always supposed to be right. We're supposed to know everything. And when we don't, it's like shaming on us, which is not in our mind. That's how we feel. And so that's a lot of problem with women. It's like we're always perfect. We're moms. We're never gonna go wrong. We're supposed to know this shit's the T. And when we fuck up, it's like damn, you just want our whole fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Because everything is so emotional, you think?
Yeah, I'm very emotional. So
Damn, that's real. She dope for that.
Hey, look, check me out. This thing, like I said,
Damn.
we gotta get people to come sit up in here. I actually like the conversation. I hope everything got picked up perfect with the mics and the different cameras and all that shit. Man, when y'all can actually come sit in and let me know, you definitely gotta come back.
Let me know.
You gotta come back.
yes, we went back in the crib.
I'm trying to go out for weeks, but I got kids, all types of shit I go on, so you know, I definitely hell y'all baby gonna go home and analyze and write about that.
All right, me too. I'm about to write a song like a mother.
Hey, look, so I want to thank everybody for coming in, man. It's your boy Cuff, the BrainSurfin podcast.
Your boy Big Ben.
Sonewph. And
Oh, Tameka, hey, that's me. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all, man. We'll let y'all know we do another one.
peace, blessings.
Uh,
Choose love.
Love.